In this video, we're going to cover how to increase your productivity and efficiency at work. By the end of this video, I want everybody to see that 20 to 40% of their work is non-value add waste. In this video, we're going to cover the 3 basic concepts of lean that will help you overcome these productivity traps. We're also going to dispel one of the most common misconceptions about productivity probably in existence today, and give you the motivation to really get your productivity where you want it to be. So again, by the end of this video, I want you to be able to see that 20 to 40% of all of our activities are likely non-value add waste. All right, so I'm excited to share this with you. Let me come over here to the notepad and explain 3 concepts. So number 1, it's just in time. So I'm going to abbreviate that with JIT. The other one is Jidoka. And Nicholas Modig talks a lot about this in his book, This is Lean. And then I'm going to talk about one called Kaizen. So each of these have very specific meanings. Let me go through those right now. Just in time really means that we have flow to the work. It means that we do things just in time. It means that we do not batch work. And we'll explain a little bit more about that in a minute. Jidoka is a principle. The Jidoka principle is really where we are able to see as a group, and not just see, but see the status of the game, the operation, the process, and also know what winning looks like. Okay? What winning looks like. And it means that the team is able to see what needs to adjust. So it means that you have visual systems. And then Kaizen, this really, the way we understand it now is the meaning here is continuous improvement. That based continuous improvement, that based on what you're able to see, you're able to make improvements based on the status of the game. So Nicholas Modig does a really good job of explaining this with an analogy. So he drew a picture, or he had drawn a picture of a goal at the end of a soccer field, and then another one at the end. And he was like, if you have a soccer game and you have a scoreboard and it says, for instance, it's 1 to 3, right? Okay, so you have a scoreboard and you have players on this side and you have players on this side. Then everyone, based on where the ball is on the field, can see, are we winning or not, right? And they can also see the score, and the team can also see what they need to do to improve their score. So this is really the Jidoka principle at its finest. So this is the way I like to explain it based on his book. So really it's, can the players all see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group according to metrics, visual metrics, and then take corrective action. That's the Kaizen principle, to then make adjustments and improve, and if you're losing, actually get that ball into the net. Okay? So this is really what lean is all about and the basis of production. So I'm going to talk about each and every one of these key steps that you can do on your project to increase your production. So first and foremost, before I show you these concepts that I want you to be able to take back and use on your project, please like and comment on our videos. We love getting the feedback that tells us that we're doing a good job. We love getting your feedback. We want to share this information with the whole industry. So hopefully you've liked this enough. You'll give us a like, you'll give us a comment. The concepts, we'll go through these one by one. So just in time, the question is, how can you, as a construction professional, really increase your productivity by using just in time? Okay, so here's the concept. If you, and I'll explain it like this. If you had 1, 2, or 3 submittals, there's typically a process in here where you will do the actual submittal review, right? There's the process where maybe you write RFIs and you clarify some key points in the design. Maybe you create that transmittal letter or log that into Prolog or Procore or CMIC transmit it over to the architect, and then you wait for a response, right? So there's these different steps. Batching, which is not lean, which is not just in time, is where you do all three of those all at the same time. And then you're like, okay, now that I've done the review for all of them, now I'll go ahead and get my peer review on all of them. Now that I'm done with that, now I'll go ahead and slap the transmittal letter onto them or log them into my project management software. This is called batching. You're batching certain parts of the steps, and so that's going to get a big B. Batching, in every example that I've ever learned about, is less productive and takes longer than doing it in what's called one-piece flow. But in order for you to have one-piece flow, you need to know what the piece is. So what is it that we're attempting to deliver to the customer? We want that submittal reviewed, peer review, we want the transmittal letter, we want it sent to the architect, we want all of these things done so that that submittal can be complete 100%. So the piece is actually the submittal. And if we work in one piece flow, then what we're going to do is we're going to review it, peer review the darn thing, go ahead and follow all these other steps until it's done and ready to send. This does one or two things. First of all, it allows this piece to reach the end customer sooner. So I'm just going to write down here, customer sooner. And the other thing is it's just in and of itself, it's faster. Okay? So when we talk about just in time from a productivity standpoint, that means we do things just in time, meaning in the time that is needed, not before and not later. Okay? The other thing is, if we're looking at this activity, this submittal process, right, we know that any other ancillary support resources or equipment should be here ready for that submittal review just in time to enable that activity just in time. So let's say that activity wasn't a submittal review, but it was actually a construction activity. We want the materials, the information, the labor, the equipment, and the layout just in time so that that can flow and so that we can focus on that flow, not too soon, not too late, but in a flow. And so this one concept, and we're going to leave you a video after this that you can watch. This may take you a year, 5 months, 15 years to understand and grasp, but your productivity has a chance, has the opportunity to double if you really embrace this concept. So we don't want to batch, we want to embrace one piece flow with just-in-time production, which means that you flow and you do things when they're needed. The second thing that you can do in your office and in your project in order to comply with the Jidoka principle is to make a highly visible environment. And what that means is get everything out of your head. So all of the information about the project or the effort or the program that you're developing or the company or the department, we need to get those out into highly visible environments. That way, if there's a number of tasks that need to be done, then everybody can see that they need to be done, and then guess what? That's where that just-in-time principle comes in. They can go as a team, focus on what needs to be done when, with a focus in one-piece flow. So the question is, can everybody in your organization see what the current status is, see where they are from a metric standpoint, and see what they have to do to actually win and recover that situation? You only do that in highly visible environments. So the next one that I'm going to cover is Kaizen. So this is really how you increase production, is the Kaizen principle. And what that means is that if you are about to go do a task in one-piece flow in a highly visible environment, and you have standards with which you go build this, can you go build it, but before you do anything else, actually do a reflection and say, how can I improve this? What can we do better? How can I do it faster? How can I do it safer? And then when you go to do this the second time, you will be able to improve over and over because you're doing things one at a time. You have a visual environment, you can see what winning looks like, and you're committed to improving using the Kaizen principle. So in conclusion, what I want to say is that if you have highly engaged people on a project site, then the other thing we need to do is to give them a highly visible environment so they know what the goals are. Allow them, once they know what tasks they are to be working on, to, as teams, focus on those with one-piece flow, without distraction, without batching, and then once they're done, give them the time to improve it. So this is the key to improving productivity in construction. So remember one more time, just in time, that means you focus, one-piece flow, no batching. Jidoka, that means that you make your environments highly visible. So I'll ask you in your office, in your trailer, in your department, on your project, in your conference room, do we have all the information that people need to see so they can see if they're winning out at a glance, so that the team can work together as a group? And then once they see that, once they're working on things with just in time, can they use Kaizen, which is to continuously improve everything that they do? You will go faster and have better productivity because your duration takes less time and there's less waste. You will have greater productivity because the entire team is working together with visual systems, and you will have greater productivity here because you're constantly improving your processes. So these three also reference the book This is Lean by Nicholas Modig. This is the key for increasing productivity on your construction project. And so as I leave, I want to leave you a challenge to please go check out in the description below some of the videos that we're going to link you to. It's going to blow your mind when you see these examples. I really hope you enjoy them. On we go.